Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with our final mini set card review. The end time has arrived as, well, you'll see. The end time legendary, the final neutral legendary has been revealed. I have no idea if this card will be any good. It's probably actually pretty bad, but it's also one of the most spectacular legendaries ever made. It does so much for one card, but ultimately what it might end up doing is losing you the game. It's a crazy one. I think it's definitely warranted for saving this for last, doing its own video, and of course, if you want to win this card or any of the other cards from this mini set, we have a giveaway going on for 3 mini sets out of my pocket. To enter the giveaway, like and comment in the video. Link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until next Tuesday, I guess, when that end time arrives. When that mini set launches, I will add another mini set to that giveaway. So hit that sub button. Make me go broke. So the final card here of this mini set, neutral legendary, it is Endtime Murozond, a 9-mana 4/6. Oof, that's some bad stats. That's some bad evolves, bad random 9-drops, I guess. However, this has one of the most spectacular battle cries you will ever see in Hearthstone, where it has a battle cry: fill your board with random dragons. We just had a bunch of dragons revealed. You could summon any of those. You fully heal your hero as well. You're at 1 HP, you're back to 30 or whatever your max health is. It's Reno Jackson. No condition, but oh no, there's one more line of text and it's not a good one. Skip your next turn. Although, isn't this basically like Temporis, where your opponent takes 2 turns in a row? Isn't it functionally the same thing, right? Because your opponent will take a turn and then take another turn, and then you will play. So I'm guessing they just, the text box is pretty full. They went with skip your next turn. So this is the second ever card, I believe, in Hearthstone where you grant your opponent a bonus turn, which Temporis is one of the worst cards ever in Hearthstone history. However, you just played it and that was it. You got a 6/6 or whatever, and then your opponent got 2 turns and you usually lost the game, unless you're playing against like a very slow control deck, which you would discover this with like, you discovered Temporis with Netherspite Historian against like Control Warrior playing Inner Fire Priest, and they couldn't kill you because they're playing Control Warrior, and then you would have 2 turns to go like Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, kill your opponent. That was actually a win con. So Temporis had redeeming qualities, even if it was complete and utter garbage. This card, on the other hand, isn't like that. You get a full board. You could get, 6 Briar Spawn Drakes, and they would all attack in, and maybe just OTK your opponent. It could be an OTK on its own if you're really talented at Hearthstone. You could also get 6 Gift Wrap Whelps, 6 2/1s, right? And then you're pretty sad, but you do fully heal, right? So you do give your opponent 2 turns, but you're at full health. Maybe they don't have much developed. Maybe you Ceaseless and then Endtime Murozond, but then you're not getting quite the full board of dragons. You only get 5 because Murozond also takes a spot, right? Like, remember, this guy takes a spot, you only get the 6 dragons. So at the end of the day, is this a realistic kind of win condition card? Is this a realistic, I don't know, recoverability tool where you get the full heal? And yeah, they get 2 turns, but they're probably not going to do 30 damage over those two turns, which is kind of bold to assume today's game, where if they know you're playing this card, they can just hold back stuff and then vomit the board and just kill you, right? It's one of those cards I don't know if you can hard run, but one of the big redeeming qualities for this card, ironically, is its bad mana cost. It's 9 mana cost. A lot of decks, other than Ysera, there's not a great, I guess Ziliax is a pretty good 9-drop card, but maybe after rotation when Ziliax leaves and you don't want Ysera, maybe this is just a 9-drop I throw in my deck because I want to lose I want to try and win the game or recover with the heal. The big issue I have with this card, besides, giving your opponent an extra turn, is I played a lot of like summoned random dragon stuff, like summoning random dragons. There's a lot of cheap, crappy ones. There's even ones that are somewhat expensive that don't have a great amount of attack. And it's not like you're summoning dragons that cost 5 or more with that priest location, which by the way, I've drafted that. I picked it and clicked it and I've been underwhelmed a lot. You can just get a 3/4, right? There's a 5 mana 3/4. You're not reliably even going to get the most threatening board in the world. There's a lot of bad dragons out there, and this doesn't have rewind or anything, so you don't get to, you know, rewind and try and get better dragons. I feel like at the end of the day, skip your next turn makes this card unplayable. But if it didn't have that, this would be like one of those broken cards ever. Filling your board with random dragons and getting a Reno out of it would be absolutely insane. So it's very flavorful. It's end time for somebody most of the time, right? But you give your opponent a full turn to react to your board, a full turn to maybe just kill you after that or just kill you overall. It's probably not a playable card. It is flavorful. It is spectacular. I'm sure the memes will be great with it some way, somehow, but ultimately in Hearthstone, getting an extra turn for whoever it is just so freaking powerful that I can't imagine even getting a full board of dragons, fully healing your hero will be enough to make this card a worthy addition to your Hearthstone deck outside of like, yeah, an Elise thing after Zilliax rotates and I don't want to play Ysera and I don't have any other way to really activate it. Maybe it is that card. But yeah, I gotta give it a 1 or a 2. Do I give it a 1 or a 2? Should I let YouTube comments rate this one for me? I feel like it's gonna be all over the board. I will stick with the 1 star. Like just an extra turn is just too detrimental. And if I really have to run a 9-drop after Zilliax rotates, I'll just play Ysera. I'll play something else, not Endtime Murozond, but it will be a cool card. I think it'll be exciting. I'm curious to see if it'll have like a special cosmetic or something to go alongside with it. But overall, competitively, it's a 1 for me, and as well in Wild, even more so, where, my goodness, this is slow, but maybe there's just a sleeper interaction I'm not thinking of. Maybe in Wild, you could go Endtime Murozond, prep, conceal, and that's still terrible. I still just die almost all the time. It can't be good, but you never know. Just get Briar Spawn Drakes or whatever. Get that card. It's a 5-star card every time. If you just fill your board with that dragon, this thing is absolutely insane. But other than that, yeah, it's getting a 1 across the board, and that is it for this mini set. All the cards have been revealed. Again, this mini set will launch on next Tuesday on the 13th. It costs 2,000 gold for the regular version, like 10,000 gold for the gold. Don't get it unless you just have a lot of gold and you want shinies and a diamond and all of that. But again, we'll have a tier list. We'll rate every single card on a tier list in the next day or two, and there should be patch notes, I believe, on Monday. Lots of news coming up until this stuff comes out, and of course we'll have like the day 1 patch review, deck recommendations, all that stuff in the upcoming weeks. So finally, we have some content. We'll see if the meta changes. Early impressions after looking at these cards, Dragon decks got a little bit better. Druid Paladin got some ramp. I don't know if much else is going to be great, but again, we'll talk about that more in the tier list video. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.